5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Schaub, how long were you at OGE?
A total of just short of 14 years.
And how long were you the chairman?
Well, I was never a
Director,
chairman.
excuse me.
Director, 4.5, I think.
4.5 years as director. And when did that end?
July 2017. I don't remember the exact.
So into the Trump administration, you still function as director for
That's
6 months,
right.
7
Yes.
months. Okay. And tell me exactly how things work at OGE. Do you provide counsel and advice to folks in the executive branch of government on ethical concerns they may have? Do they come to you, or do you go to them? How does it typically work?
It typically works, you're talking about the prevention mechanism. It typically works that the official initiates the interaction and comes seeking guidance for something that they want to do, or to find out if they, need to do something. The only other way where it comes involuntary is through the financial disclosure system, where they're required to file these reports. OGE reviews them and often works back and forth with them.
How did it work with the President of the United States? Did his lawyers come to you, or do you look at his financial disclosures, or both?
Yeah, they came to us. We had been working with them since, well, I'm not sure when he first became a candidate. It was...
His lawyers reached out to you at some point while he was
2015?
candidate, and then continued to reach out to you while he was president-elect, and I assume while he was president.
That's right.
All 3 stages.
That's right.
Okay. And on November 30th, 2016, while it was then President-elect Trump, you did a series of tweets about your interactions with the president's legal team. Is that accurate? I got them right here. I'll read them if you want.
No. It's the characterization about their what?
Their interactions with OGE.
And I believe they were about divestiture and about our encouraging them to divest.
Did you send them out on your official account?
My official? No, we sent them out on the Office of Government Ethics.
That's what I mean.
Account. Yes.
Right. You tweeted these out.
That's right.
Did you ever tweet out anything dealing with anyone else who had sought your counsel and advice?
We'd only had the account for about 3 years.
It's a yes or no
and
question.
I don't think we did.
So the only guy you ever tweeted about who you've been dealing with was the President-elect of the United States of America, right?
Yes.
You said things like this. We told your counsel we would sing your praises if you divested. We meant it. I mean, so you're tweeting out for the whole world private conversations you've had with someone who sought your advice, their legal counsel. You said, as we discussed with your counsel, divestiture is a way to resolve these conflicts. Then you did this one. OGE applauds the total, in parentheses, divestiture decision, mocking the president-elect.
No, we were not mocking.
And why'd you put it in parentheses?
Because it was, I think, a quote.
And you said you'd never done this before. Never tweeted out about anyone else in the executive branch who sought your advice and counsel on how they can deal with ethical issues. This was the only individual you ever tweeted out about.
I think it's a mischaracterization to describe it as confidential advice. OGE's position that a president should
I didn't say anything about confidential. All I said is this the only guy you ever tweeted about?
All right, I thought I heard you say confidential at one point.
I did not. Did you? Ben, you said you did tweet about the president-elect, no one else.
That's right.
You find that unusual?
Do I find it? I find everything about the past 2.5 years unusual.
No, I'm not saying that. Do you find unusual that what I'm saying is, well, let's say it this way. Do you think it was a professional decision that the guy who's the head of the Office of Government Ethics, when you're going to give information to the public only about one individual, and you've never done it in your 14 years at OGE and 4 years as director?
Well, again, you said disclose information. I didn't share information. This was from 1983, was when OGE
wait.
first
So what were you trying to convey? What were you trying to convey in these? What were you trying to convey in these tweets?
That the president should divest, as OGE had been saying.
Well, couldn't you just tell his lawyers?
1983. We did tell his lawyers.
Well, then why'd you tweet about it?
We had reached a dead end, and I wasn't convinced that our communications were reaching him.
You're talking to his lawyers. His lawyers reached out to you first. You're communicating to him the advice that you think is what they need to do, and yet you go tweet about it?
We were trying to nudge him toward divestiture. He had just issued a statement that he was going to achieve total, you have the phrase there, I don't have the phrase and I don't want to say it wrong, but total.
OG applauds the total divestiture decision. Bravo.
No, he said something like completely separate or completely resolve conflicts of interest. I don't want to claim I remember the quote exactly. And so what we were trying to do, we had two choices: interpret that as unclear or give him, doubt him or give him the benefit of the doubt that what he said was true. We made a decision to choose to take him at his exact literal words because only divestiture.
You made a
would achieve
decision
that.
to tweet out conversations you had with the president-elect's counsel when they were seeking advice and guidance from you, and you had never, ever done that before.
Thank you, Mr. Jordan.